The Beckham Exchange is here, and there's more to it than you possibly think. Hey guys, finally he sleeps here. Today we're going to take a look at the Beckham Exchange and take a deeper dive into what exactly it is, what it brings to the game, and the potential moving forward with FC Mobile. First though, make sure you subscribe here at YouTube. That way you never miss when any of these videos go live. And then check out my other channels as well. We've got Car Culture over at Gearheads, and there's the Raid Shadow Legends channel there. The links are below. Okay, so the Beckham Exchange was just released, and people initially were like, why are there two of them? Well, that's because this is a non-tradable player, but because of the issues with the new season and ranking coming in, where you can only train them to level 5 until you rank them, and with untradables, you only get one, so you can't buy any more in the market. That way they're stuck. We saw that with all of the players coming in from Pioneer, the players, the now and later players from FIFA Mobile. They were stuck at training level 5 because you can't rank them up. So what they're doing with this one is, over the course of the next few days, this will stay live for a month, they are giving you the ability to exchange for a grand total of 5 Beckhams. That means you can train him all the way up to 15 with no issues, 20, and then you can even go to 25 if you get extremely lucky. Now remember, if you're ranking him, to take him to training level 5 doesn't cost you anything as far as a second Beckham. You just train him to level 5. But to go to 10, it requires 2. To go to 15, it requires 3. Now, that's all guaranteed. But once you try to take him to 20, you have a 50% chance if you train in 1, and then it's gone. So if you throw 2 in, though, it's guaranteed. That means you can take Beckham to OVR 88 and a max training level of 20. So that means he's an 85, but they're actually giving you the ability to have an OVR 88. Now, if you go crazy and you throw only 1 in there and take the 50-50 chance to get to 88, that means you have 1 left, and then you have I think it's 25% or 30% to go to the next level to take a 3 rank all the way up to 4 so that you could train him to 25. Possibility is there, but you've got to get extremely lucky, and you have the chance of, instead of getting an 89, of being stuck with an 87 if you have bad luck. But an 89 is possible just by doing these exchanges. Each exchange is a little bit different. I think you're going to have about 8 to 10 mil in each of these Beckhams, trying to get them worked through. You know, if you're taking him to 88 and you've got 10 mil in him as an 88, between what you're doing with no training, that's just the ranking, 8 to 10 mil in the players right now. That could change as people get more excited about this or less excited. It could go up or down, 8 to 10 mil. What options do we have in the market that kind of to compare it to? So an 88 Beckham compared to the best one right now at 88 is this Valverde. So this is your best option at 88. If you're worried about your OVR, this is who you would go with for a center mid in the same range. Now, price-wise in the market, he's about the same price as what you're going to be doing for the exchange. There are some available, there's sale quality or quantities and purchase quantities, so you could in essence train that as well. So those are the two we're going to take a look at and compare, so that we can take a deeper dive into this and what exactly is going on with the Beckham Exchange. So here's 85 Beckham base with his stats. This is where we're going to start out and take a look at this, because you know, on the outset, an 85 center mid for an exchange that you could, it's going to cost you the same thing as an 88 center mid makes 0 sense. And that's everyone's initial look at the exchange. Like, why would we do this exchange? An 85 literally brings nothing to my team. I've got an 88, 90, 91, 92 OVR. Why would I put an 85 in? And that's where the whole stat variation in the training upgrades this season comes into play. Now, before we go any further, I want to mention that if you're going to train this Beckham in, you know, rank him up, doesn't improve his stats. It gives you points. It gives you rank points to, you know, distribute into his qualities, but it doesn't change his stats. That comes through training, and you're going to spend a lot of coins in the training. So you have to take that into consideration. I'm not looking at coin value here. I'm looking at OVR value compared to what's out there at base stats moving forward. So 85 Beckham, and we're going to compare him to 88 Beckham. This is him at level 20, maxed out. You're guaranteed all 5 Beckhams if you do the exchanges, and then you threw all your coins in to train him. You take him up to 88. This is where you're looking at 92 pace, 98 shooting, 111 passing, 101 dribbling, 83 defending, and 83 physical. So it is pretty much prime stats for an 88. Now let's compare him to base Valverde 88. This is no training on him. So we're talking 92 pace compared to 87, 98 shooting compared to 82, 111 passing compared to 84, 101 dribbling compared to 82. So you're starting to see where the training of these players makes a big difference. People are looking at their head-to-head teams and they're like, why am I getting beat by this guy whose OVR is below me? It's because when you take a lower OVR player and train them, they have a higher quality than a base OVR without training kind of shifting forward. Now, what if we don't rank up Valverde? We're keeping 88s together, but let's max train him to training level 5. And that bumps his stats a little bit more. His pace is getting closer, but he's still blown out of the water in shooting, passing, and dribbling. But pace, defending, and physicality are right up there on par with it. But you only had to have 1 Valverde in training as compared to those 5 Beckham exchanges. So there's a lot to consider here between the two. Now, what happens if we take Valverde and bump him up to 10? So now his pace, he's a little bit quicker than Beckham, but his shooting's still lagging, passing's lagging, dribbling's lagging, and then he kind of bumps over in defending and physicality. So very comparable. 10 training compared to 20 training, but he has a higher OVR. Let's take him to 15 and see where he kind of matches up. So at 15, this is, you know, he's already been ranked up. It's going to require you 2 of them to get him to 10. So now you've bought 3 Valverdes to take him to 15, which he's still guaranteed. You don't have any guesswork in getting it in. To go to 20, you would have to buy an additional 2 more and do all the training to get him to bump up over that. But this is where we're going to stay right here for this second, because his pace is now at 99, and he's catching up in shooting and passing, and dribbling he's getting closer. He's surpassed him in physicality and defending all the way to 20. So now this is the same level. Beckham maxed out to 88, and Valverde now maxed out to 91. You've got the same kind of investment in the 2 of them, but now he's a little bit quicker. His shooting's a little behind, passing's still behind, dribbling's still behind, but he's a superior defender and physicality. But that's what I'm trying to show you. Besides the training and what you've got invested, you now have 2 players that you've got the same amount of coins put into to get them to where they're at. And the 88 is still up there and superior in multiple areas on the field. One last step to push this. Let's take Beckham all the way to maximum. Let's say you went in, you gambled, and you got Beckham to 89, and you took his training to 25. Now his pace is at 96, shooting 102, passing all the way up to 116, dribbling at 106, and his defending and physicality are way up there too. So the difference between the two is the training tiers, and starting with an 85 and moving it all the way up and then putting Valverde in. So if you take anything away from this, number one, training makes a big difference, and you can't discount their OVR based on what they're doing. So looking at a lower OVR player trained versus a base level of a higher tier player does not work out in your favor. That means, yes, you may have advantages in OVR, so versus is going to be a little bit easier, but a lower OVR trained player versus a higher OVR player untrained is going to be dominating in head-to-head. But the bigger takeaway from all of this, for me anyway, is the fact that we're struggling with the ranking and training system this season over having untradables that are stuck at a certain level because you can't rank them. This is EA's first attempt to kind of mitigate that issue with the ability to exchange multiple versions of the same player. This is one of the fixes that were possible. They could always just open up exchanges so that you could always use a base level card to rank up anything. They could also say, okay, cards that are untradeable, maybe there's an alternate player that you can use to rank them up, or maybe rank tokens, or just unlock specific players so that their base version works for just those. They've left all of those windows open, but this type of thing where there are multiple exchanges for the same player is a very positive step forward. Whether or not 85 Beckham, even trained at 89, if you're, you should be playing the lottery at that point. But even if you can take 85 Beckham to 89, the amount of expense that you've got in it in all of the exchanges at this point in the game, probably more beneficial to just go buy like a 90 or a 91 center mid, because as the season extends and you can get more of those 90 and 91s to train them up to, let's say, 94, 95, you're going to have a better player that will last you longer than Beckham. So definitely not pushing for the Beckham Exchange. I just want you to understand its implications into FC Mobile as we continue to see the game develop into what we hope it will become. Game's still in its infancy, hell, we're in the first month still of the release. New events coming. It is what it is. There's a lot basically that you can take into consideration with the changes that we're seeing with the ranking and training system in the program, but overall I still see positivity in the game and chances for newer things moving forward with the game. If this helped, make sure you subscribe here at YouTube. That way you never miss one of these videos go live. If you've done the exchange and ranked and trained Beckham and you're excited and happy about it, put it in the comments and let everybody else know. If he sucks and you don't feel like his gameplay is working in it, let us know that as well. It does help everybody. We're in this together, trying to navigate our way through FC Mobile as it develops and continues to grow. I'm FinallyHeSleeps. As long as you guys keep watching, I'll keep making videos. Thanks for watching. If you haven't noticed, my YouTube channel has expanded. Subscribe here for EA Sports FC related content, but make sure you check out my other channels as well for Raid Shadow Legends, everything automotive over at Gearheads, and then check out my Cringeworthy series for a few laughs. Subscribe links are literally right over there.